Weird stuff is pretty great. I think we can all agree on that. USB sticks shaped like stuff, like bananas or whatever. Those are fun. Fake mustaches are pretty weird. I mean, you gotta be weird to wear one at least. Oh, and those things that don't look like cakes but are cakes. So weird, so cool. And that unlabeled VHS tape that I got from a garage sale. That was really, really weird. I saw things. I can't forget. Yeah, weird things are pretty neat. So I was thinking, instead of therapy, let's check out some super weird Game Boy Advance games. That sounds like fun, doesn't it? Yes. What's the weirdest pitch that you could give for a game? How about this? You're a bird in a stick that spins and you can't stop spinning. That's Kururin. And it freaking rules. This game could have been on this list or a hidden gems list. It's weird and great. It's a double whammy. So yeah, you control a long rod, and no, that's not a double entendre. Grow up and stop giggling. And as it spins, you have to guide it through tight maze-like levels without bumping into the walls. It starts easy, and then it gets hard, and then it gets mean. And then you start crying like a loser who can't control his rod. But you keep playing, because deep down, you believe in the stick. You are the stick. There's no other game that feels quite like this. The precision, the tension, the moment you finally get past a brutal section by the skin of your teeth and feel like a god. The game is calm and cute on the surface, but beneath that happy little bird exterior is a cold spinning heart of darkness. And I say that lovingly. It controls beautifully. And the GBA art and gameplay is smooth and vibrant, and the music is peppy and upbeat, like it's mocking you while you suffer. And I appreciate that. It's the kind of cheerful cruelty that only the GBA could deliver with a smile. Apparently there are other games in the series, but I haven't tried them. Kururin on the Game Boy Advance is where it all started, and that's all I ever need in my life. You can play this via emulation, obviously, but this is a Japan-only release, and it is a shame that it never made it to North America officially, because weirdos like us would have loved this back in the day. I still can't decide if I find the game soothing or if it's actively trying to break my spirit. But either way, I keep coming back. Spin on, little bird. You'll figure out where to shove your rod someday. You know a game's gonna be weird when it's called It's Mr. Pants, and the title screen features a red underwear man with stick limbs shouting, "It's Mr. Pants," in the most British voice imaginable.
It's Mr. Pants!
This game ain't trying to hide its weirdness. It's letting its freak flag fly right in your face. This is a puzzle game. Yeah, I know, it's not what you would expect from the cover or whatever. You drop colored shapes on a grid to make rectangles. That's it. That's the whole game. It's like Tetris mixed with a coloring book, mixed with a very strange Saturday morning cartoon. The gameplay itself is actually really solid. It's hard. It's a real noodle scratcher, and it's genuinely fun and clever. Not weird at all, though. It's the presentation that gets this one on the weird list. The art looks like it was scribbled in Microsoft Paint in Windows 3.1 using a mouse with gunk in the wheel. Mr. Pants himself looks like a kid's idea of a grown-up. The menus are a mess of crayon doodles and nonsense shapes, and the voice clips are just utter nonsense.
Hey, medium! Oh no!
British nonsense. I honestly don't know what they were going for. I doubt the designers did either, but hey, they did something unique enough that it got us talking about it. And the music, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like smooth jazz filtered through a kazoo, with occasional scatting. I had to drink a lot of root beers just to get this out of my head after I played it. I love it. I really do. The puzzle game is really good. It's great. And the vibe is so aggressively weird that there's something lovable about how unashamedly weird it is. It's the kind of game that just knows it's ugly and strange and just leans in harder. And I relate to that. I see myself in Mr. Pants. Oh, and Mr. Pants was made by Rare, of all companies. The same folks who made Sea of Thieves and GoldenEye and Donkey Kong Country. This was their final Game Boy Advance release, their swan song, and they went out by making this. A naked British stickman yelling at you while you make rectangles. I don't even know what to feel about that. I guess I feel like it's kind of weird. Rhythm Tengoku is the first game in the Rhythm Heaven series, and it's exactly what it sounds like. Rhythm and Heaven. Except instead of harps and angels, you get karate masters, singing onions, and tap dancing monkeys. And it's all exclusive to Japan. So screw you, Nintendo, for keeping this glorious creation from us in the West. Japan hogging all the weirdness as usual. Thankfully, there is a fan translation now, and you can play it on your retro doodads so us normal beat deficient mortals can finally play it. The gameplay is so simple. You press a button in time with the music, and that's it. No fancy controls, no flashy visuals, just pure grooves and timing. Each minigame is a self-contained little music toy. Sometimes you're playing ping pong in space, sometimes you're plucking hairs from a dude's chin, sometimes you're in a synchronized rat race. It never makes sense, and that's fine with me because that's how I feel about most things in life. You'll be playing through a set of games, and each set ends with a remix, a mashup of everything you just played set to an original song. These remixes are the real highlight. They're wild and surprising and often hilarious. It feels like the game is giving you a mixtape mashup of your own confusion in real time. What makes this game so special isn't just how fun the mini-games are, although they're great. It's the tone. It's got that weird Japan exclusive Nintendo energy cranked all the way up. It's goofy and dumb and also heartfelt in a way that caught me off guard. Even when I'm failing, I'm smiling. This game is just pure joy to me, even though I'm terrible. And the music is great. Truly great. The GBA sound chip is out here doing miracles. Even the levels that I hated playing had music that got stuck in my head. Except Quiz. Quiz can go jump in a lake. If you like rhythm games, weird games, or just want to experience a spiritual ancestor to Warioware, then definitely fire this up. The fan translation is easy to find. It's short and sweet and full of weird. You know what else is weird? It's weird that you haven't subscribed to TechDweeb yet. Like, what? It's free to do. All you need to do is click a button and you get to see more videos like this, and you still haven't done it. What the heck, man? That is so freaking weird. Alright, look, I already covered this game on my channel. I made a whole video about Warioware. We played it with the Dusty Game Society, and I'm not gonna pretend that this is some hidden gem that you've never heard of or anything, but I had to include it here anyway, because this game isn't just weird. It's not just really weird. It is the king of weird GBA games. All other weird GBA games kneel before Warioware. It is a game made of games. You're thrown into a series of 5-second minigames that come out of nowhere with zero explanation. Maybe picking a nose, dodging a shoe, dancing in your underwear, or catching toast. There's no setup, no logic, and no warning. Just a rapid-fire assault of insanity. You get a fraction of a second to understand what's happening, and then boom, it's over, and you're on to the next one. It's chaos. Glorious, perfect chaos. And somehow, it never stops being fun. The controls are tight and the pacing is addictive, and every new microgame is like opening a cursed toy from a gas station vending machine. Always different, you never know what to expect. Fun for like 5 seconds, but that's okay because you're on to the next one. The weirdness is baked into every part of this game. From the bizarre cast of characters to the cutscenes that feel like fever dreams, to the way Wario just exists, oozing garlic and ego. Even after all these years, Warioware holds up as one of the most original, joyful, and completely unhinged games that Nintendo has ever made. It's the reason I love weird games. It's the reason that I trust no garlic-themed businessmen. If you haven't played it yet, I don't know what to tell you. Fix your life. My friend Boris got me into this game, which, if you know Boris, will make perfect sense why he's getting called out in this video. And if you don't know Boris, that makes sense. He's my IRL friend, and there's no reason why you would know him. Tomato Adventure is a Japan-only RPG from Alpha Dream, the same geniuses who later made Mario and Luigi. It finally got a fan translation in 2021, and holy heck, you're gonna be so glad it did. This game is odd and goofy and something weird. Like grapes in your spaghetti or whatever. Listen to this. You play as a kid exiled from the ketchup kingdom for not liking tomatoes. And then you have to save your girlfriend from a tomato-themed baby dictator. I'm not making that up. Combat is turn-based, but every attack is a little mini-game. called a gimmick. Some are rhythm games, and some are reaction tests, and some are just spammy and hectic. The harder the minigame, the more damage it does. You can level them up, and you customize your loadout, and it never gets boring except the very beginning, which is kind of slow, but it gets real good real fast. The world is bursting with personality. Every region is themed. There's a cake land and a mayonnaise cave and a haunted eyeball mountain. The puzzles are clever, and the music is charming, and the whole thing feels like Paper Mario if it was designed by former grocery store employees. I mean, maybe it was. I can't say for sure that it wasn't. I genuinely laughed out loud at some of the cutscenes. It's funny and it's strange and it's stupid in the best way. And the sprite art is so well done. This studio's style is distinct and an awesome example of great GBA pixel art. If you've got an emulation doodad and a heart full of curiosity, you owe it to your tomato ancestors to try this one. It's a hidden gem, a cult classic, and probably the best tomato-based RPG ever made. Elf Bowling on the Game Boy Advance. You know, for kids. This is one of the most infamous shovelware ports ever made. Originally, Elf Bowling was a free flash game that you play on your work computer while pretending to be productive in WordPerfect back in 1998. It's barely a game. You're Santa, you bowl, the pins are elves, they scream, sometimes they moon you. That's it. That's the whole thing. A classic piece of internet history. And for some unholy reason, years later, it was ported to the Game Boy Advance. Not just Elf Bowling 1, but also Elf Bowling 2, the fabulous sequel. It's the ultimate Christmas-themed piece of crap game that your grandma bought you because it had elves on it and it was Christmas, but now it's June and you're bored, so you play it and it makes even less sense. The games aren't good, but they honestly amused me. The first game actually plays, fine, more or less. You aim Santa's ball and you click the button. There's one lane. The elves taunt you. Sometimes the ball goes through them. Sometimes it doesn't. The collision detection is part of the mystery. I'm about as good at this as I am at real bowling, to be honest. The second game is barely functional. It's a mix of RNG and bad physics. Visually, it looks like a GBA pixel art port of a Flash game from the earliest days of the internet. Because it is. That's what it is. And it delivers on that. But here's the thing. I love it. I love how stupid it is. I love that someone published this, that this exists as a physical cartridge that you can own. I mean, yeah, you can play it on your retro doodad, but you can also buy this right now on eBay. These were probably going for less than $1 at one point, so considering the price now, I'd say this one has aged like fine wine. Which is not true, obviously. It's not good. It's not fun. But it's glorious trash. And if you play it, you will be delighted at how suddenly weird your life has become. Okay, so imagine you're having a dream that you're at a fancy modern art museum, but instead of sipping wine and pretending to understand decalcomania, you're holding a Game Boy Advance and playing weird pixel games that feel more like art, and all of the other artsy people are cheering you on, and then your teeth fall out. That's what happens to me in my dreams. That's the Bit Generation's experience. These were, yeah, you guessed it, part of a Japan-only series of minimalist experimental GBA games published by Nintendo. No text, no story, just pure distilled game mechanics wrapped in this trippy, kind of retro futuristic packaging that makes you feel more sophisticated than you actually are. Actually, that might not be fair. I don't know how sophisticated you are, but that's what it feels like to me. There's actually quite a few of these, but I picked out 3 to share with you today. Dot Stream is a racing game, but you're just a line. You move your line. You try to pass the other lines. There's speed boosts and obstacles, and yeah, that's it. It's strangely hypnotic, sort of like Tron. If Tron was made by a design student, artsy Tron. Colorist is sort of like Columns meets color therapy. There's a grid of blocks, and you need to change their tones and match them up to clear them, but it's more about harmony than speed. It's kind of mind-bending once you start to get into it. I don't fully get it, but I can pretend that I do enough to impress myself at how I suck slightly less now than I did an hour ago. In Orbital, you are a lonely little white star drifting through space, growing bigger by absorbing smaller stars and trying to make the goal star orbit you. all by using nothing but gravity and anti-gravity. It's slow and quiet and weirdly emotional. This one makes me feel kind of sad and lonely, but in a fun video gamey kind of way. It's a vibe, as the kids say. A kind of floating in the void while lo-fi music plays in the background vibe. Strange and peaceful and absolutely unique. This whole series is weird in a Nintendo being artsy kind of way. They're not flashy, they're not loud, they're just smart little ideas executed well. Intriguing, like tiny game haikus. And like so much that comes from Japan, that's what makes them beautiful. But also, that like so much that comes from Japan, weird as heck. And that brings us to the end. That's all I have for you today. The weirdest GBA games, for some reason. I don't know why I made this video, but it felt weird not to, you know? And now I want to hear from you. What are the weirdest retro games that you know about? They don't have to be GBA, but any system. I just want to see what weird games haunt your nightmares. Let me know in the comments. And that's it from me for today. I'm TechDweeb. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.